Hey guys, welcome to the first episode of OTD Talks Mindset. So this series is going to be where I go and talk to fellow professional dressage riders all about mindset, maybe the struggles they've had in the past and how they've dealt with them. And I really wanted to start doing this because I have a lot of messages from people and I think they feel quite singled out if they're struggling with things, because it's not that spoken about through social media and also through like magazines and interviews. So I really wanted to tackle it head on and go and talk to everyone and have really open, honest conversations about things so that you guys can learn from it and also know that you're not alone if you feel like that, and hopefully you can pick up some tips from it. So the first one is with Tahley Reeve Smith, and I thought she'd be perfect because she's really open, really lovely, and also into her mindset. So let's go see her. So guys, this is Tahley Reeve Smith, who is a fellow professional dressage rider, and I've decided to use her for the first one because she's so lovely and so easy to talk to, and she's also super into mindset, so I thought it would be really good. So we are gonna introduce her, or you can introduce yourself, and I was thinking, because it's hard to like do this time-wise, I'm gonna give you a minute to explain from when you started riding to now, like in a nutshell. Okay, so I'll start the clock. Are you ready? Ready? Go.
Was put on a horse at 3 months old. My parents bought a horse on their wedding day. Had no choice but to be into horses. I have been represented England in show jumping. Went to do a little bit of eventing. While I was doing the eventing, I then had some dressage lessons, which then gave me the dressage bug. So, and
I didn't know any of this.
Well, there you go.
This is amazing.
And now I am purely doing dressage.
Purely doing dressage.
Yes. How much more? I've only done half a minute.
What level are you at?
Training Grand Prix.
Cool.
But I did my first Inter 2 last weekend.
Exciting.
And I got a rosette.
Amazing. And how many horses do you have?
At home there are 12 horses.
Nice. You do have a lot, don't you?
I know.
Wow. And how old are they? Like, do you just have youngsters?
I have got when my dad died, my mum decided to buy horses for me and my sister.
Oh, that's so nice.
And then, so now I have to go and earn money to keep them. So I've got 2-year-old Szechuan DiMaggio, 3-year-old Dante Voltino, 5-year-old Vitala's Hotline, 5-year-old Voice. Then I've got Freddie Longlegs Homebred. Then I've got Special. Sorry, I keep rumbling. And then I've got other horses that are having to ride for people and compete.
Oh, nice. So how many horses are you riding a day?
On average, about 8.
That's a lot.
I know. And then to go teaching, and then I still muck out.
So you're busy. Busy. So what did I write to get us into the mindset thing?
Well, I tell you what, I found my mindset was my weakest part.
And when did you realise that? Like what age?
Whenever. Show jumping, not so much. Dressage, I just would freeze, and I went into the ring and I couldn't recreate what I had outside. So it became, I felt I was letting everybody down, all that effort going there. And then I became quite ratty because of the insecurities. Because when people say stress, it's normally fear, and fear of what, and then you've got to find out what your fear is. So after a long time of self-help books, I've been with my husband to Anthony Robbins. I'm NLP practitioner, and just things I love finding out how the mind works, and how you can make it work for you. Because the mind is such an amazing thing, and when you see people in a working in area, and you think, oh my god, that's the winner. And then you go and you think, where is it? And it didn't win. And then a little one went and won. It's just so somebody who just knows what they're about, knows what they want to do, and they go in and they do the job. And the other one goes in, blows the horse's brain, through giving it too much pressure. And when I go places to get myself in that nice feel, I just think, where is it I love riding the most? There's certain places. Do you find there's certain places you
definitely.
go
And I do have certain
don't
venues.
Get the feel, and you're like, I just, and being someone who's not, you know, I don't think of myself as a professional, but I do it for a living. But
you are a professional.
But
she's definitely a professional.
You've got to get into that zone every single time, or at least try to consistently, and so you've got to find a way of doing it.
So let's talk a little bit more about warm-ups, because I know I struggled massively with warm-ups, and it really does make such a big difference. And especially at that shows, you know, the shows where you don't feel like it goes so well. Sometimes, say for example, if it's the Nationals, but you didn't like that venue, you can't pick and choose.
No.
So if you were going to a venue that you didn't really like, how would you go about like improving your mindset, maybe before the warm-up and also within the warm-up?
Even before the show, I will do a little exercise, a mental exercise, where I'll get on my horse and I will picture I'm at that venue and that I've got 40 minutes to work in. So I put myself under that little bit of pressure and just think, what do I want to achieve? Forget about, oh, that doesn't feel, that doesn't feel. Don't think think, go positive. Right, I want that. Now I've got that, build the next bit, build the next, and don't, and almost, one of the ladies that was brilliant, Karen Croft, she was very good. Because I'm quite friendly, and so people will say hello, and I'll be in the middle of my warm-up and I feel I've got to stop my hello, and then it takes me out of my little zone. But she's like, no, you can acknowledge them, but you are in your little bubble, and then you afterwards you can say, I'll speak to you later, and
that's so true,
and sort it out, and don't feel you've got to go and say hello. Just wait. So
really like stay in your own little zone in the warm-up,
because you put all that work in, then don't go and sabotage it.
And if you were in the warm-up, I'm just asking this for my loving this, I can ask all these questions too. If you were in the warm-up and you felt yourself getting negative, and because I used to always describe it, it's like a mist descends over me, and however much I'm like, don't do it, come on, think positive, it's like I couldn't draw it back. So if you've ever felt that, what sort of things did you do to kind of get out of it, if anything? Well, because it's fine if you don't think there is anything.
Well, the thing is, sometimes you get yourself into such a routine that just stop, walk.
That's a good
Take a break, have a drink, then pick them up again. Because sometimes things happen. Like the horse is a bit, not concentrating. Things can be happening. Some horses of mine are brilliant at focusing, and others, every little noise, and you've got to think, no, just chill out and listen.
I think the best thing that helped me was I would kind of look at myself in like third person. So I go, oh, there Olivia goes, she's getting stressed, and I would acknowledge it was happening, and then it would kind of take me away from the emotional side. Like I always try to separate myself from my emotions. So if it's getting really bad, I'm like, oh, there she goes again. She's kind of getting emotional again, and then it's like you stop fighting it, and I think that's so great at trying to
and breathe, because whenever it's like you start to get shallow breath, start to get this tight, this relax, it's using your body, and okay, right, let's start again, chill out. Because a lot of show jumpers, you see them in the working area, they go and they're whistling away.
The show jumpers are so casual, aren't they?
Because it's like smoking helps with breathing. It's not that they're bringing tobacco.
Imagine doing that in
it's like,
what are you doing?
But it's what they do to chill out, and they're doing it because it helps them breathe. I have my little focus, breathe, work on me. What is it I need to do to get this right again? Forget about what I don't want. What do I do? Start again with the process.
Okay, so we've warmed up and we've gone into our test, and let's say it didn't go quite to plan. Afterwards, say like straight after, and then also like going forwards, how do you deal with that? How do you process with it, and then how do you move forwards?
Now I have enough confidence that if something goes wrong, I don't think, oh, that's it, I'm useless, I'm a bad rider, the horse is useless. I just think, okay, this gives me a chance to change something. It's obviously something, And sometimes things can be going right, but you've got a little niggling thing that you should be addressing something, but you don't want to because you don't want to upset the apple cart.
Yeah.
When something goes wrong, you can go, right, now I've got the chance to go back, mend something that needs mending, and come back up again. Because, you know, horses, I think it doesn't do them any harm.
Yeah.
They're not. You're not learning and going up on this sort of thing. It is very much this and this and this. And if you're expecting it to be like that, you're going to be disappointed. And there's no ego in it. You've just got to think, do you know what? It's a journey. And as long as I can see that we're moving. I don't have to do it for anyone else. If I have a bad score, I have a bad score. Do you know what? If I have a good score, I have a good score. But I can't feel really overinflated on a good score and then feel, you know, it's a process. It's not that's not the whole story of the horse. If he has a bad one, it's not the worst thing in the world.
So true. And it's just one show.
Yeah, it's just one show. And otherwise you end up riding the horse to win, and you don't. You have to ride the horse. Okay, that movement didn't come off, let's see what we can do with this. But you want the horse to enjoy learning. And if your horse, you're worried about, you can't go in though, don't make a mistake, don't do this, don't do that, don't do that. It's always got to be, because as soon as you go in to win, as soon as I go, right, I want to win, I just, not this. Whereas if I'm going, do you know what, breathe, get in there, okay, let's enjoy it. I want to enjoy it, you know, it's what I do for a living. If I'm not enjoying it, then that's why I do it. I wouldn't be getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning in the winter, raining, you know, chill blowing on my hands in the winter because it got so cold.
Oh no!
I know.
That's awful.
I know. I need an indoor school.
This is good stuff. You're good at this. I'm gonna take you everywhere. Right. What have I written down here? Oh, okay. What are your best resources for mindset? Because I know you just spoke about audiobooks, like are those kind of mindset ones or just general?
Do you know what? I have so many. All the basics. Yeah, like the habits of effective seven habits of effective people. I have that on my. I listen to a bit of that. I dip in and out. I have one. This woman, I can't remember what her name is, but anyway, I was listening today. Self-esteem, because it's. If a person has no self-esteem, it's like it can make. I didn't used to have very good self-esteem.
Really?
Yeah. Really, not very good at all. But learning why and makes you. I think. Do you know what? It's not a bad thing. Knowing what you need to work on and then going to work on it. Whereas people sometimes just go through life just oblivious.
Yeah, and I think as well a lot of people are worried to tackle it because they don't want to feel vulnerable about it, and also they're kind of lying to themselves. It's almost like once they admit it, they've admitted it, and no, it's like
you have to go
to work on it.
Yeah. The only person that you've got to please, without hurting anyone, you've got to make your life the best it can be.
Yeah.
So take responsibility. That's one thing, again, in every situation. Just take responsibility. If your horse goes badly,
that's
even if you know, it was windy, it was this, it was that. Do you know what? There's something you could have done. Just take responsibility for it, and then you're in control of it, and then you can change it. Whereas if you go, I have a lot of students who go, I hope he's going to be good this weekend, and you've given all the power over to the horse. Like, no, it's like you have to influence the horse how it's going to react.
I was speaking to Charlie Unwin, who's a sports psychologist.
I've been to him.
He's great. And he was saying about, I was saying like, it's really hard because horses can be so unpredictable, and we have it like, I think we're in the hardest sport because we're working with a wild animal. And he went, well, you can look at it that way, or you can look at it the fact, if you're in a team and you were working with other people, how hard is that going to be? Because you can't train other people. You can't bond, like, of course you can bond with other people, but you can't train them. Like, they have their own minds. Whereas with an animal, he's like, you can create that bond, you can create that trust. And he's like, actually you're in a better situation. And I was like, wow, I never thought about it like that.
But that's so much in the way somebody go, well, think of it like this.
Yeah.
And suddenly you feel empowered, whereas you think of it another way and you go,
Yeah. So going back to resources, so audiobooks is one. Is there anything else?
Well, on my lessons, I used to hate lessons because
Really?
I used to, because of the self-esteem, I don't want to let people know my weaknesses.
Yeah.
Whereas now, the first thing I do, I'll be like, I really need to work on this, and I will be so honest that they'll sometimes go, I don't know what you're worried about, and it's like, really? And it's almost I've been too self-critical, and they'd be like, no, it's fine, it's absolutely fine.
That's what you're there to do, like learn.
Yeah, but I used to hate lessons. I used to go into lessons going, I've got to look perfect, I've got to be perfect. And now I'm like, well, this happens and this happens. Oh, it's not happening. There, see that happened. And I will be almost more honest, and they'll be like, no. But I prefer to be honest and then be able to get the help. I've gone to the person that I think is better than me for help. So if I don't give them the chance to help me, then why am I there? I might as well stay at home. Really.
So true. Why are you spending that money?
Yeah, exactly. Why am I travelling 4 hours to see Carl and then go, no, Carl, I know it all, just sit and watch me. Fine. And then I'll go home again. No, I want to pick your brains while I've got you. I've paid for that 40 minutes.
Yeah, that's so
I
true.
want to get so much
and
out
as well,
of
I
your
think
brain.
in a warm-up it's important to remember, like, you're not getting judged for your warm-up, because a lot of people say to me, oh, it's not good, it doesn't feel good, and I'm like, you're 2 minutes into your warm-up.
Yeah.
You're not getting judged for that. Like, that's your time to prepare the horse.
And also in the warm-up, I think people don't want to get there too quick. It's like, you've almost got to give the horse time to get into the swing of it. You're a partnership, and different horses. What does this horse need? What does that horse need? They're not all the same. And when you're at home, you've got to be bespoke to whichever one you're on.
Yeah.
Not just go, we do. I've got some horses, they don't want to stretch at the beginning. They're just like, no, I can't. I like it. Whereas at the end, they start to do it. As they get older, they get in the swing of it. But you have to be like, what is the key to this horse? And really, and some days I go, oh, what can I do? What can I think about it? And Carl, actually, one Christmas I bought him, he's into reading old classical training books.
Yeah, do you know, because I said to him, this is so embarrassing, I said to him the other day, I was like, oh, I'm reading this book by Polanski. He's like, no, Olivia, that's not how you say it. I still can't say it. That's the same one I bought him. I was like,
Podhajewski.
Polinsky or something.
I bought him
and he was like, no, Olivia. And I was like, oh, I've just said that in front of Carl Hester. I was like, I really want the ground to swallow me up. Yeah, he was saying that was the first book he
because I think he said
read.
When they were training Bellegra, he was like, he knew everything. He had to make, you can only do Grand Prix movements a certain amount of times. You have to make it interesting for the horse. Yeah. Otherwise, it's I'm bored of this.
So bored of this, and he was just super talented.
Yeah.
Well, I was going to ask you, because you kind of were speaking about self-esteem, and I think this is a really interesting one, because you can look at professional riders and be like, oh, they've just got it all together. But have you ever doubted yourself as a rider before? Have you ever gone like, I'm just not any good at this?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I have.
Oh yeah.
That's so interesting, isn't it? Because I think, like, I've seen you riding and watched you and look at you, and it's so easy to look at other people and be like, oh, well, they've got it all together, and yeah, like I would always look at riders and be like, they're incredible, but then maybe even like as themselves, they'd be like, oh, I don't think I'm very good, and that makes such a big difference when you get into the arena. Like, if you're doubting yourself.
I think as I've got as I've ridden more varied horses, it's not necessarily even. I tell you what thing I have started doing. I used to want something, like I'd want to win. I'd want to win a competition. Like I wanted to win just a normal class. Then I wanted to win a regional final. Then a national title. Then I wanted to go to and do an international. But I never used to celebrate it. If it went wrong, I'd like every waking moment, even if it would wake me up in the middle of the night.
Oh, it's so annoying.
Over and over. And then once I'd done it, it'd be like, no. Enjoy it. So I make myself celebrate the good bits now. Whereas, I'm allergic to alcohol. The only alcohol I can drink is Paragreen sherry. So I'm like, Nana.
That's so sad.
I know. So
no.
But now I'm like, no, make the point of celebrating. Enjoy the win. I'm like, no, on next. But now it's like really Because that's one of the things about being successful, is to celebrate and enjoy it. Instead of the other way. It's like, it used to, if things go badly, it would like, oh, in my mind. And I try to forget it. It's like, push it away. Don't think about it. But negative, yeah, that's the other thing. That's the other thing. What? Don't ever think negative, because it just sort of feeds itself. Yeah. You just got to stop it then and there. About your riding. I can't do this. No, stop it. That you can't do it. You just have to think and talk to self-talk as you're riding. It used to be I'd ride round, and if the horse is like, don't do that. Don't. I'd go, okay, the horse is a little bit it's a little bit heavy on the left, so I'm going to make it step a bit more into the right. Don't go. It's grabbing the left hand. It's doing this. It's leaning. It won't relax it. Whatever it is, it won't. No, you've got to say, right, we go, what could we do? What could we do to get this horse a little bit
true
more
though, like the way you use language. And do you find, like, now that you've improved your mindset for riding, that is your general life, your mindset's improved for everything?
Yeah. And I think, and not only that, I think the horses are happier. They know where they stand. It's not like, you have got to be consistent in your move. You get on and you've got to go, no matter what's going on, you think, I've got to get on this horse, and I've not got to be thinking. That's my hardest thing, because I have so much in a day, and I'll be thinking, I mustn't get on thinking I've got to get this done in like 40 minutes. Got to get on and go, give this horse the time it needs.
Yeah, that's so true.
And I have a bit of an outline of what I want to work on, but if in the meantime I go, listen, we need a bit of a divert here, can you just work on this? It's fine. It's not that, oh my god, my plan has gone to
like a day you
ruin.
need to work on the basics because, like, say, said horse won't even go on the bit.
Or
that's
it's like,
fine.
I want to work through a test, but then something comes up and we just have a little bit of an issue. Do you know what? It's fine. We just, you have a plan, but you don't have to be too rigid. The main thing is that when you get off the horse, it's better than when you get off. You're either training or untraining it, and every day you've got to think, I want to train my horse and I want to get off, and it be like happy and just enjoying the work.
Yeah, that's so true. They need to be happy athletes. Last question. What was it going to be again? If you could talk to your past self right before you're about to start changing your mindset around and give yourself like one piece of advice, what would it be?
It'll all be okay. It'll all work out. That's my mantra now. Whenever things, because I used to get wanting things to be so perfect, and things are never perfect, but you've just got to, it'll all work out. It'll work out, and suddenly you go, it'll work out, and it always does.
That's so true.
It's like whenever I'd be working in, and then the last minute something would go wrong, either my spur strap would break or something would go, and they'd have to go running around, and they'd be like whatever. It's like, it's not brain surgery, it's fun. It'll all work out. Today,
we're super lucky to be doing it.
We're like privileged. We're lucky to ride these horses. And I was travelling here today, and there's accidents on the motorway, and everyone's getting me, and I just think, do you know what? I feel sorry for the people that are in the accident. We're going past the accident. These poor people that are in it.
So true.
And they, just think we'll get there in the end. It'll be fine if everyone just relaxes. Hope it's not too bad, and it'll all work out.
It will all work out.
It'll all be okay. It'll all be okay.
That's Tahley's slogan. She's going to get it on the back of t-shirts now.
Olivia Towers on tour.
Cool.
It'll all be okay.
Did you enjoy that then?
I loved it.
I loved that too. I hope you guys enjoyed it as well.
Bye!
Bye! So I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you got something out of it. I will be putting every talk into a podcast as well, so stay tuned for that. If you did enjoy it, make sure to share, tell friends, and I'll see you for the next one.